Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode. Oh, did I turn down my phone? Anyway, this is the 91st edition of Loud Weekly, and I got a fly on my pant leg, but who cares? Well, I'm wearing shorts because it's a hot out day today. This is the 91st edition of Loud Weekly. I'm Branden, Plumley, your host. And joining us, everybody, we got Luke Jeffers, the host of Fridays with Luke J62895.
Hello guys, as I'm currently getting prepared for another unboxing video on my main channel, but I'm also getting prepared for a rain video that's going to be happening sometime tonight, but yeah.
And sorry, Luke, for the people who are tuning in, the viewers seeing double vision Lutes. Luke on one picture and one Luke in a little tiny bitsy thing. So we had two Lutes. Yep, so we had two Lutes. One in the big picture and one picture-in-picture Lute. So I think we're going to have a nickname on Vlog Weekly. Luke Jeffers is not only the host of the show that he does after my show, but he is the hashtag double vision Luke, or should I say hashtag PIP Luke, for picture in picture, for the best quality ever. That's picture in picture, only on Vlog Weekly, so you can't get much better than that. But anyway, enough of that. So yeah, we're gonna have a really great episode today of Vlog Weekly. We got things we're gonna go over. We are gonna go over the Nintendo Direct stuff that was announced last night, and I watched it on YouTube on the 13th of September, and we're gonna go over some things. We're gonna have a mini review of what's that movie called Next Gen. Okay, my brain was kind of faulting when. You know, I had a brain freeze. I'm gonna call it brain freeze instead of brain fog. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna do a mini review of Next Gen, a Netflix original film, and I gotta tell you guys right now, spoiler alert, you need to see this movie if you have a Netflix subscription. That's all I'm gonna say at this point. So I have a mini review of that coming up. And we got some other stuff. Oh yeah, we got some cartoon news we're going to go over on today. So we're going to go over that. But for those of you who tuned in on Luke's show today, Season 5 of FWL has been on to a rocky start. The first episode was good in a way, but you had some problems with the chat. And now this episode, today's episode 2, Season 5, things just got even worse and worse, and we're not gonna discuss much about it because it's just been a painful episode. But he had a great episode, and I'll be coming on to his show next week for episode 3 of Season 5, if you will, of your show. So Luke, can you tell everybody about what happened with the show? And because again, Season 5 has been a rocky start for you for this show. Not a great way to start off Season 5.
Not a good way. There are fans of mine who decided to give Brent his private address, which is not happening to us.
No, never ever gonna happen. We don't discuss that at all, and you people need to understand. We got a great life ahead of us. We don't need to share any of that crap with you all because you guys don't need to know. Period.
Yeah. Then another thing is, one person asked me what does LJPCPM stands for, and I don't want to tell Matt this, but I want to say this: Luke Jeffers Productions and the Crazy Bunch Media.
I thought it was Luke Jeffers Pictures.
No, it's not.
Okay. Well, no, I'm just saying, Luke. I'm not making fun of. I'm not making fun of it. I just thought it was Picture.
It was not. It was originally going to be called Pictures in 2007, but
but you changed it.
Productions. So there you go. But they decided to make fun of my show, make fun of, let's say, pick a J instead of a K, and did the wrong thing on the bonus round on Wheel of Fortune episode 212.
Yeah, and they did that on purpose, Luke, because I did give you the right answer, which was the hungry bear hug.
And I lost the game because the
Because
bonus
of them.
And I was supposed to say, hungry, whatever that means, B, whatever that means. I can't remember the puzzle was, and then I'm like, dang it, thanks a lot, fans.
Well, I got it right. Well, I had it right because I typed it in on the chat room.
Yeah, I'm like, and then I lost the trip to Caribbean.
Oh, the Caribbean, yeah.
I'm like, dang it. And they screwed me up with running out of the timer. Say, we ran out of time, Luke, said by Van Wheel Fortune.
Well, like I said, Luke, all I gotta say this first and foremost, they just want to be punks. And I don't know if this guy ever wanted to donate money and stuff. So, I mean, I don't know if you eventually did get donated money, but like I said, you only donate to certain YouTubers to who that you're gonna support that YouTuber, and not actually just donate and then leave a nasty, thing and just drive by out and do it to somebody else's. But no, all you really need to do is, if you like what you see, if you like the YouTuber to where you want to support the YouTuber in any way, have a possible donation and do it in a way that only donate if you really like what you see and if you like, the episode of the shows.
And my God, how much money is... And yes, it's not $800. It's $990.
Yeah, it's $90. And you know what? I don't think your friends know math as well. So for those of you third graders or fourth graders, you need to go back to school and learn math.
Yeah, I'm a 23-year-old, and they want me.
So you guys need to learn math. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. And there are some fans of mine, like my nephews Jack and Drew, who decided to say 10 plus 10 is 21. Are you nuts?
Yeah, and the reason I do this to everybody, sorry about the loud vehicle noise, but the reason why I do that is because I want to entertain. Alright, it's not for realism or anything, or seriousness. I do it for the fun, and if you guys don't like the fun, then, well, go somewhere else and don't bother us, alright? Just have a good time, enjoy the jokes, and just move on.
Well, and move on, because, say, 10 plus 9 is not 21, it's 19.
Yeah. Well, again, they're just a bunch of third graders who don't know math.
Yeah.
But that's all I'm saying, so. But again, season 5 of the show has been a rocky start, and I know that, and like I said, I recommended Luke this too, to just, disable the chat and then start using the not Vlog Weekly, but FWL official chat, and just, and come up with something, and give out exclusive new stuff to the chat, like I do on Cartoon Explosion and Game On Live. Well, by the way, Game On's now on Discord. Thank you very much. But yeah, I mean, just something, and because this whole live stream chat thing is really getting out of hand, and guys, I keep saying this, for all my 8 years of YouTube. YouTube might be a great place for videos and share it with friends and family, but YouTube is also the most dangerous places to have trolls and cyberbullying and all that other stuff. Yeah. So be careful what you see on YouTube. And like I said, if this offends you in any way, then you may want to look somewhere else, because YouTube is the most dangerous place, I think, for these kinds of things, and that's just my take on it.
Agreed. And then nobody understand math. Nobody understand what and yes, I don't know what $800 equals to. That is $612.
So apparently they don't know the math. So that's just to show you guys how dumb these dudes are in the chat. But I hope they don't, like I said. So that's why. But all I'm saying is it's just a walkie start on the show, and I know that it's just baby steps. But I know season 5 is in the walkie start, but I know that once you disable the chat, then you're probably gonna you know do a great show, and that's why I'll be on the Discord chat instead of the stream. So
Yeah. But this is
but
the game
that's just how it
ridiculous.
is.
How much I want to add people to the chat and I want to remove people to the chat. That's just game ridiculous. I did remove some fans of mine to the chat, and then this game ridiculous. I
Yeah.
I got trolled by some of my fans who followed me on Instagram back in the summer, and they got me hat. And I remember because I got one dislike on the video, one of my videos called Hurricane Foreign Spots and Players videos, and that wasn't right. And Branden got disliked on Tape Live's 100 show.
Yeah. Well, it was just all nonsense, but if you guys don't like Data Pit Live, well, don't even watch the show because it's not built for you losers out there. It's for game show fans, and it's for everybody who loves a little bit of game show and a little bit of fun and a little bit of entertainment. And if it's not your thing, don't watch it.
Don't watch it.
I mean, how hard is it? I mean,
how hard is it? I'm a game show fan since I was 3 years old. And I don't give a crap about disliking it. No, I love the game shows he created.
Well, I mean, we can also say, you give a dislike on episode 64 of Take Your Pit Live, and I can understand that because it wasn't
for that because Billy's like, yeah, you're too late, Luke. You don't want you missed it, and now Take It Live episode someone yeah. I'm like,
yeah,
oh, crap, and so I decided to dislike that video.
Well, but you see, guys, I mean, it's just something, but
so boring.
I don't know what I'm doing on my phone. My brain's freezing because I don't know what I'm doing.
I hope when Somerset comes and when Kane's watching this, if Kane's watching this video, then he'll be peed off.
Well, but like I said, guys, I mean, just enjoy what you see, and like I said, if you want to support the YouTube channel like Luke, because he has the $ on the chat thing, then just support him. And like I said, if you want to donate him, do it, but just do it kindly, and like I said, donate properly instead of being a jerk and doing wisecracking and all. So like I said, if you want to support him, then just donate any amount that you can, and but only do it if you really enjoy the content that you see and you subscribe to that YouTube, or just don't do it and then just get away with it. Just donate it fairly and squarely.
Yeah.
Instead of being a punk, but
Yeah, like for me, for instance, when I was a kid, I was watching Toon Disney stuff. And then nowadays, I went to LGSBF. I found the company, and then that's how I started out with it. I'm not gonna be a jerk for these guys, but these guys need to stop bothering us. Stop trying.
Well, what it is, it's harassment.
It is harassment.
And that's not good. Being harassed, it's not a good thing when it comes to streaming.
They typing in wish me happy 21st birthday. To the end of my 4th season. and then all of a sudden they give me crap into my fifth season.
And that's why, guys, I don't have the live chat on this episode or any other episode or many future episodes disabled because because I work hard for the show and I want to keep I want to like I said I want to keep the chat room comfy, PG rated, and that's all I'm asking. And if you can't do those simple things, then well, consider yourself, being banned or whatever. Because we don't have that, we don't have that tolerance of that. We just don't have any tolerance on that.
Yeah, even though 69 is
So take it
not
somewhere
like
else if you want all the drama. Take it somewhere else.
take it somewhere else.
Because
Don't
speaking of Vlog Weekly social chat,
none of the stuff.
speaking of the VWSC, I'm gonna be changing the new look of it on Discord, and I'm gonna do something unique on Vlog Weekly. So I'm gonna do like I don't know, like a video portal, if you will, uh, of the pop culture stuff, as well as certain links. Because I did say, I keep reminding you all. I keep saying to you all that hey, whatever topics we go over on the show will be available on Google Plus, and I keep forgetting to do that. So I'm figuring, you know what? I'll just revamp the Vlog Weekly Discord thing, and with a new logo, and just have the chat room as always, and just have the links and stuff. That way you guys can see the links that we discussed and more on the topic. So that's coming. So again, an update will be coming by the time I probably do 92 or so. So be on the lookout for it, everybody. All new Vlog Weekly social chat now with links and other goodies that you can see. So if this is what we're gonna have to do to keep the haters and all that other bull, then we'll just do Discord thing, and just keep it PG weighted, and because we have the banhammer. So like I said, guys, you think you can come into our chat room and be all cool and hip and all that other stuff? Well, that's not how it works. So
That's not
like I
how
said,
it works. It's
like I said,
it's just not happening at all.
that doesn't belong here. So
And if I do this to my fans, no, not happening. I'm not doing that crap anymore.
so I figure let's just move it on Discord, because we think that this is really getting out of hand. And I know that 2 episodes in, Luke, your show's still having a walkie start because of
Get out of control, man. I've been
yeah.
dying, and then all of a sudden we get crap all day. Like, this is not how it works in the Friday show.
No.
I keep telling everybody no on PS4 calls, and of course I kept telling everybody no on Discord calls. I was in the middle of this Friday show, and nobody listened to me.
So like I said, we're 19 minutes into the show, guys, and I'm sorry, but we just had to address some of the things because it really is ridiculous. And like I said, I have a link for you all on the LJPCBM group, and you can come on over to where it's nice and comfy and just keep it PG waiting, because I'm gonna have some rules for you all to follow on the chat and on the Discord server, so that way you guys know that when I set these rules, you're gonna follow them in any way, shape, or form. All right? Because rules are rules. Everybody has the rules, and they all need to follow the rules or be abandoned and not ever come back. On the whole chat thing.
Yeah, even though it's not.
So that's how things are gonna be. But that's just what it is.
Yeah, even though. Even though people kept requesting me to do 69 Zoo Lane, well, guess what? That's just not happening anymore, because I want to do this in a number form of 69, and that'll be it for this video.
exactly. So I'm just saying, guys, that's just how it is, and so anyway, we're gonna now go over. Okay, so now that we had our 21 minutes of fame or 21 minutes of went on the show, or 20 minutes depending, we're gonna go over the Nintendo Direct and what was announced for September 13th, 2018. If I can type announcement right, because I put a Q instead of A. So let's see what. Okay, I'm gonna announcements. Let's try to get that right. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to play the video obviously because that's a big fat no-no. So for September 13th, they announced a lot of stuff for that's been featured. Okay, so for the Nintendo Switch, let's see here. Okay, so we have some headlines that we're gonna go over, and so let's go over the headlines first with the. Well, actually, let's go over to the Nintendo 3DS, and then we'll work on to the Nintendo Switch. Because Nintendo Switch had a lot of news, had a lot of announcements last night. So we're gonna go over the headlines for the 3DS. And, of course, this one I'm really, really excited about. And that is Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn is coming to the 3DS. And that will be coming out in 2019. I am so excited. I love Kirby's Epic Yarn on the Wii. One of my absolute favorite Kirby games of all time. It has great soundtrack. The graphics are neat and colorful. They're just awesome. And I stinkingly love this game, and I'm glad it's on the 3DS, because I'm going to get me a 2DS XL to play it, because if it has Epic Yarn in its name, you know that I'm going to sit down and play it and enjoy it for years and years and years to come. That's how good Epic Yarn is, and I give that game a 9.5 to 10 out of 10. It is an amazing game, one of my favorites for sure. So Luke, any thoughts about Extra Epic Yarn?
It was exciting, big time.
Indeed. So next up, we got new details about the new adventure that's going to be in the new game called Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey. Try to say that 10 times fast. So that's what's going to be. The Bowser Jr., he's going to have his own game too, perhaps. And so, again, this is on the Nintendo 3DS. So let's see. So I'm really, I don't know. I'm kind of, to tell you guys the truth, I have not played a Mario and Luigi game on a DS. I want to say it's a spiritual successor to the Super Mario RPG, which I have played, and I think it's a really cool game on the Super Nintendo. But I have not played any of the Mario and Luigi games, like Bowser's Inside Story or anything like that. But they're coming out with Mario and Luigi, Bowser's Inside Story, and Bowser Jr.'s Journey. That's going to be available on the 11th of January of 2019. So, Luke, any thoughts on that game?
Well, exciting, big time.
Okay. Next up, I think this is the last one. Nope. Hunt Ghost with a second player on the 3DS. So Luigi's Mansion is getting a new game on the 3DS. Apparently, it's just going to be titled Luigi's Mansion for the 3DS. So when this was announced, by the way, if you guys don't know what Luigi's Mansion is, it was a game that came out on the Nintendo GameCube. That was released. I want to say it was a launch title, probably, or came out 2002, 2003-ish. And it has Luigi, obviously. Luigi's Mansion is kind of like your Ghostbusters kind of game, but with Luigi and hunting and trying to find ghosts and get rid of them. Luigi's Mansion is going to be out on the 3DS on October the 12th. And it's going to be a remake of the GameCube version, so So, Luke, thoughts about Luigi's Mansion?
It was awesome. Big time.
Okay. And let's see what else. And yeah, guys, if you guys are watching this live on YouTube, Luke is laying down, but he's still gonna interact with the show. As long as the fly don't bother me, and I'm gonna have to kill it live on the stream. But you know, cause you know what, guys, we're here to have fun and do the show properly in a way that we can do the show fun and keep it fresh and exciting for everybody. So, just to keep you guys informed, alright? Alright, next up, this is the last game they announced on the 3DS, so not a lot of 3DS announcements. Yokai Watch Blasters. Now, if you guys haven't watched Yokai Watch, that was on Disney XD, and then they had a movie of it, which I don't know if it's on Netflix or not. But basically, it's a game that's on the 3DS, and it became super popular for Yokai Watch fans everywhere. And now we're getting a Yokai Watch Blasters game. It's actually an update, and it's going to be a free update. So this game is already available, so I don't know why I said a new game, but a new update is going to be coming your way with this game. So when is that going to be, you asked? It's available now. So you can get this free update right now. The Moon Rabbit Crew update is going to be available September 27th. So that's all of the 3DS announcements. And Luke, you ready? So Luke, are you ready for the Nintendo Switch headlines?
Yes.
Alright, so we got fresh updates in Splatoon 2. So how many... Okay, so you guys know that I love Splatoon. Splatoon 2 is one of my favorites. I love the second Splatoon 2. I think it's colorful. I think the wallpapers are awesome. I think they're nice, especially on a 4K TV like I have. And so we're getting a fresh update on Splatoon 2. And I'm happy because I love Splatoon 2. It's a personal favorite and one of my favorite games. And it came out of nowhere when it came out on the Wii U. I believe back in 2016 or 2017. And this game was a hit. And I mean it. It was a hit on the Wii U. And Splatoon 2 is leaps and bounds awesomer, if that's even a word, than the original Splatoon. So, and by the way, you guys, okay, so if you guys didn't know, I did a stream on Game On Live. So Luke, you probably remember this too. I did a stream called Split Tuesdays. So have you guys seen Split Tuesdays? The Split Tuesdays? You know, I know Luke has.
I have, yeah.
And I know you guys miss me playing Splatoon on Game On Live. Well, I am bringing back Splatoon. Some sort of Split Tuesday. But it probably won't be on Tuesdays. So, I will have to wait and see when I can do that. So, don't worry, guys. You're going to see me play Splatoon once again on Game On Live. So that would be brilliant. So I'll be bringing that back for you all very, very soon. So Splatoon and Splatoon 2 game on Game On Live will be back. Alright? It will be back. So anyway, version 4 of Splatoon 2 has been announced. And now what else? So we have another, and that's a new update for Mario Tennis Aces. So, I know, Luke, that you're not a sports fan, but what do you think of Mario Tennis Aces?
It was awesome, big time.
Yeah. Do you think this would be a game that you can pick up and play, Luke, or is it something you need to practice and learn how to play tennis?
I remember I learned to play tennis since Wii Sports.
Yeah, and you know what? Oh, you know what, Nintendo? Why don't you bring some of the sports titles, that was on the Wii, bring them over to the Switch. I mean, you can't call it Wii Sports, but you can call it Switch Sports. And just have bowling and have, Frisbee golf or anything like that.
Yeah, do that!
Because the Wii Sports is one of my favorite games on the Wii. And that puppy sold 40 to 45 million units. But yeah, I mean, Wii Sports was a revolutionary game for the Nintendo Wii. My favorite was the bowling. That was my favorite one. What was yours, Luke?
My favorite was bowling.
Yeah. And when Wii Sports Resort came out on the Wii, bowling was still my favorite, but my second favorite is that frisbee golf. That is a lot of fun. I love the frisbee golf. And the frisbee golf is my second favorite. But anyway, so Mario Tennis Aces is going to get a new update, and there's going to be 2 new characters. One that we have not seen before in a video game, because we have not seen this particular character as a playable character for quite some time. In fact, she is the evil enemy from the 1988 critically acclaimed game, Super Mario Bros. 2.
Yeah.
And you fight her on, well, I don't know, but you fight her in 2 different areas, from worlds 1 to 7, although 7 only has 1. 2 actually, because you fight this dude or fight this girl in the second one of 7-2. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about the pink, lovable character known as Birdo, the one that shoots AIDS and sometimes fireballs. Yeah, she's gonna be in the Mario Tennis Aces as a playable character. And she's a cool enemy. I think I like Birdo. I think she's my favorite villain enemy. You know, she's sweet, and maybe she can be a sweet character instead of being a villainous character and working for Walt or whoever Birdo is working behind, or whoever is in charge of the whole thing. But who knows? Whoever has Birdo, you need to stop making Birdo and giving her that evil mind in her brain and making her such a lovely character. You know, being nice for a change of the Mario universe instead of being a baddie who just spits out AIDS, you know, in their mouths or whatever. So that's one. So that's Birdo, again from Super Mario Bros. 2. So yeah, Birdo looks great in Mario Tennis Aces. Yeah, I'm glad Birdo is a playable character. And my favorite character is Shy Guy. He's my favorite enemy. And of course, Koopa Paratrooper. And this one is PD Piranha. So yeah, so Shy Guy, he's my favorite enemy. But not just that, but he's my favorite character as well. And every time in a video game of a Mario universe where you get to play as Shy Guy, it makes it totally fun. Because when I play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I usually play as Shy Guy because he is cute, but he has those moves when it comes to the Mario Kart style. And now with him being on Mario Tennis Aces, I just think it's incredible. Version 2 update will be available on September 19th. So like I said, you guys don't want to be spoiled, then you may want to fast forward this. But so anyway, yeah, Birdo and Shy Guy, welcome to Mario Tennis Aces. Again, I like Birdo, and I definitely do like Shy Guy. Shy Guy is my favorite. He is an awesome villain / character. So that's Mario Tennis Aces. There. Yeah. Anyway, next up, the Blue Bomber is back in Mega Man 11, celebrating his 30th anniversary. Was 1987, not 1980, not 1980. Well, not 1980. Well, Matt Plummer, can you please say the correct year so you don't have to keep having a brain freeze to everybody else? Oh my God. I know. I'm having a little bit of a brain fart, ladies and gentlemen. I think I had too much caffeine in my whole digestive system. I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyway, the game came out in 1987. This is 2018, and Mega Man is 31, not 30. Well, he used to have been 30, but now he's 31. But yeah, so anyway, Mega Man 11 celebrates the iconic character's 30th anniversary that started it all in 1987. And Mega Man 11 will be available on what date? October 2nd, and the demo is available now. So that's cool. Oh, crap. No, see, why did I do that? Ah. So, anyway, October 2nd, and the demo is available now on the Nintendo eShop. So we got Arcade Classics all back in town with the Capcom Beat 'em Up collection, or the Beat 'em Up bundle, I should say. There's 7 games of it. I don't know what the name of the games are, but again, it's called Capcom Beat 'em Ups. Oh, hey Capcom, I got a wish list. Why don't you bring back or do something new for Nintendo Switch users? Instead of having this on the PS4 and Xbox One, why don't you come up and bring us on the Nintendo Switch Capcom Disney Classics collection instead of the Disney Afternoon collection? Because we as gamers who enjoyed these Capcom Disney games, why don't you bring back the classic Capcom Disney games that we know and love? From DuckTales to Chip and Dale to even the sequels, DuckTales 2, Chip and Dale 2. What about The Little Mermaid? You know, bring that into a collection. How about Little Mermaid? How about... Now, I know some of you guys are going to get upset with me when I say this, but I also want Mickey Mousecapade. That was a Disney Capcom game that not a lot of people enjoy. Not a lot of people liked Mickey Mousecapade. I do. I think it's a good game. It's not the best game by any means, but I think it was a good, solid Capcom Disney. This game was developed by Hudson Soft. Remember them from making Adventure Island? Yeah, that's Hudson Soft.
Yeah.
So Hudson Soft developed the game, and Capcom and Disney published the game. So if you guys don't know what Hudson Soft is, they're known for making Bomberman and Adventure Island series. So that's Adventure Island. Oh, so that's Hudson Soft.
Yeah.
So I think we need to see this. I think we need to see a Capcom Disney collection for the Nintendo Switch. Bring back these Disney Capcom classics.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
and if there's one game I don't want on the collections, it would have to be Darkwing Duck. And I do like the cartoon, but the game is so hard, and not a lot of kids can play this game because it's really, really difficult. And it's kind of like your Mega Man style of gameplay rather than a traditional Disney. And I think the game difficulty is a bit too steep. Because if you look at 2 of the other games, like Chip and Dale and DuckTales, those games are... Oh, well, speaking of that, before we get to that, Luke has something he wants to share with us on Vlog Weekly. So, Luke, go ahead.
Yesterday's unboxing video was successful, but I want to show you 2 things, however.
Okay.
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, it's a beautiful day collection.
It's a beautiful morning. Wait, it's not even morning. It's the afternoon. Anyway, go ahead.
That includes 30 classical episodes from 1979 to 2001. Steven Simmons, watch this for you. Front, the side, the back, and it features It's Always Be a Beautiful Day in the Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. It has 4 discs inside. Last but certainly not least, it's I got this yesterday as well as this. It is a vinyl. Let There Be Rock by AC/DC.
For those of you who want to walk, then we salute you.
Yeah. Front, the side, and the back, and it features 4 songs. Go Down. 8 songs. Excuse me. Go Down, Doggy Dog, Let It Be Rock. Bad Boy, Boogie, Palm Child, Overdose, H-Word,
Yeah.
Bad Place to Be, and Hawaii Rosie.
Okay. So, Luke, any plans on getting Won't You Be My Neighbor on Blu-ray and DVD?
Yes, there will be plans on getting this, but I don't know just when yet, but it depends on how long I can get hired from the job.
Alright.
It's
So what was I talking about earlier? Oh yeah, I was talking about the difficulty. Yeah, alright. Well, that's cool, Luke. That's awesome. Well,
yeah, as I was while you were talking about Nintendo, I was just playing along with this. Everybody, this Rockabye Your Bear by the Wiggles.
yeah. Well, so as I was saying, so Darkwing Duck has a steep difficulty, but if you look at the other games like Chip and Dale and DuckTales, those games are accessible to us, and they almost make those games too easy. So if you want games that are easy enough for you to play and you won't get frustrated, but you will enjoy the classicness of these games, then yeah, DuckTales and Chip and Dale are like the two games that are very accessible. Now, if you want something that's shorter and still lots of fun to play, but yeah, it's still an easy game and only 5 stages, then The Little Mermaid is definitely the game to play. And that's probably, if not the easiest Capcom game that Capcom has ever made of this Capcom-Disney relationship that took place in late 80s into the 90s. So if you're looking for a fairly easy but yet decent challenge game, then play The Little Mermaid on the NES, because that game is good. It has good controls, it has really good music, graphics are good, just everything about the game is what makes the game such a unique, timeless classic. And it's probably the easiest Capcom game you can play. So, yes, it does have some challenging stuff, but it's just not gonna keep you frustrated or upset that the game is trying to cheat on you. It's a game that you can simply enjoy. And Chip and Dale, when I played this game for the first time, I just immediately fell in love with it, and I couldn't stop playing it. And now, 29 years later, I still enjoy the game, and it's my #1 favorite Capcom Disney game of all time. And yes, it is easy, but it gets challenging later, later parts of it. But the gameplay, I'm going to say this, the gameplay is superb. The controls are really, I'm telling you, the controls are some of the best controls you can find on any video game on Capcom Disney games. The music is fantastic, and a 2-player co-op is some of the best co-op experiences that you can ever see on the Nintendo Entertainment System. So, and DuckTales. DuckTales is a really good game. That came out in '89, the year I was born. But that, to me, has some of the best music, some of the best 8-bit graphics you can get. The controls are good, and DuckTales is just like the best game on the NES, period. So,
yeah.
And another game that I don't want to see on this collection, because this is a game that I played. I remember playing this growing up, and I just felt like, oh my god, I can't play this. This game is too much of a learning curve. And then all of a sudden you have to go through, a spaceship where you have to go through A to E or A to D or whatever the letters are. And if you don't press the button right, then you lose a heart. And if you lose all 3 hearts, then you gotta start over and do it again. And I do believe you have 3 lives before the game is over. And the music is okay. There's a couple of songs I like, but not much. It is a Capcom Disney game, and I have played this. And it's called Adventures in the Magic Kingdom. That came out in June 1990 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. It's probably my least favorite Disney Capcom game because it is a tough game to play. And I will say though, I like the box art for the game. The box art's pretty nice. It's pretty cool. And it shows a picture of the Magic Kingdom, Disney World, Disneyland, Magic Kingdom. So I will say I like the box art, and it's developed and published by Capcom. So that's probably a really tricky game to play by Capcom. So the 2 Capcom games I probably want to leave out is Adventures in the Magic Kingdom and Darkwing Duck. Those games, they're too repetitive for me. I like games that are fun, but not as much repetitiveness as you would get on any other game. So those are the games I want to see on this collection, minus the two that I talked about. Because again, Adventures in the Magic Kingdom, it's a good game, but you get really frustrated when you try to play it, because you have to answer trivia questions about Disney stuff. You have to have a lot of good Disney knowledge. And that one mini game in particular, that space game, it's a weird pain in a weird neck, in a bottleneck, and it's just something else. It's just painful. So the name of this mini game is called Space Mountain. So I don't know if you guys heard of Space Mountain. That's in Disney World. So basically, what this is, the Space Mountain. So basically, you gotta go through. Well, let me load it up on GameFAQs.com so I can tell you guys what this Space Mountain is about. For those of you who haven't played Adventures in the Magic Kingdom, because I played it and I want to like the game, but it's just so frustrating to me. I just can't play it. I mean, I can play Chip and Dale fine. I can beat the game and not have to use any kind of cheat codes or anything. You know, I'm not supposed to cheat in video games, but all I'm saying is Chip and Dale was such a fun, unique game for me. I had a blast playing it. It was easy to play, and it did have challenges and stuff, but I felt like the game. I think the game was fair enough to me that I can sit down and enjoy it. And I've beaten Chip and Dale all the time. I've beaten it. God only knows how long I've beaten it. But like I said, this is a game I sit down and play because I have fun. I listen to the music, and I have fun playing the game. That game is a lot of fun, and I can sit down and play it with no problems. I can just pick up and play. These are the games I like to pick up and play and start enjoying right away. So this one is called Big Thunder. Is that what it is? Or is that... Oh no, Space Mountain. Okay, so let's see. So Space Mountain. So it's a Simon Says. That's why I can't do this. It's a Simon Says kind of game. Okay. So this one is a pain. So this is what you gotta do in Space Mountain. So let me rotate this so I can read it. Let's see what it says. You have to navigate your way to star F completely by doing whatever the bottom panel tells you to do. If it says up, then go up. If it says... Wait, okay, if you see a meteor, you press A to destroy it. Oh, no, wait, yeah, you press A. If you see an enemy spaceship, you press B. If it looks like it's flashing both left and right, then do either. Also note, the upper display says which star you are near. As the star corner goes closer to F, it will get a little faster. So, by the time you get to, like, star C or what have you, then things really do get repetitive. And this is the kind of mode that really frustrates a lot of gamers back then, especially the youngsters who don't like this kind of gameplay element of Simon Says. Because they just want to play this game and try to beat this game. But no, the game has to trick you and like, press left and right together. But in actuality, you gotta press right. I mean, nobody wanted to sit through and just... Okay, so let's say you get all 5 keys and then you have to go through this final minigame. And then you lose all 3 lives and it's game over. I mean, nobody... I'm telling you, a kid would not like to play this game, collect all 5 keys, and then all of a sudden they want to try to collect that 6th and final key, and then all of a sudden they lose all the 3 hearts, and then they lose all their lives, and then it's game over, and they're going to start back at the beginning. No kid wants to go through and play this game again. You know, they collected, they went through every amusement in the game. Just to do 5, just to do 6 of these little amusement mini games. I mean, nobody wants to sit down and try to do the Space Mountain again to get from A to F, because I played the Space Mountain and it is not fun. It is not fun because I can get to like C, and then I started losing hearts. And that's why I don't like this game so much, because the Space Mountain, it tricks me, and it's just a weird pain in the rear end that I cannot get past this mini game. And if you cannot get past this mini game, then you cannot beat the game and you cannot enjoy the game. So Space Mountain to me is probably my least favorite amusement game in the entire game, because if you cannot get past the game, then you will not be able to succeed to beating the game on the NES. That's how hard and cool this game is. So that's what I have to say about Adventures in the Magic Kingdom, and I don't want to see it as a collection, because that game is frustrating, especially the Space Mountain. Anyway, Lou, what do you guys say about the Magic Kingdom game?
It was, yeah, the Magic Kingdom game, yeah, whatever that was. Yeah, it was strange, but as I'm doing this crazy thing, as I going to be silly today in this Walt Weed episode.
But I can say this too, guys. If you wanna beat, okay, so here's the thing. If you want to beat this, if you want to beat the Space Mountain mini amusement game, and you want to cheat just a little bit so you can get past that annoying mini game, well, you're gonna have to if you want to beat that particular amusement game, and then play the other 5 without cheating, basically. So what I would do for you guys, if you do the amusement wide and do the Space Mountain, I would turn on infinite energy. So that way, when you go on to that Space Mountain, if you press the wrong button, then you don't lose a heart in the game. Because this is the kind of amusement game that kind of tricks you, and you can't get past it because the game cheats on you because you don't... I mean, this is a Capcom Disney game. This game came out in June 1990. I mean, like I said, Capcom Disney games really have really good games like Chip and Dale 2, DuckTales 2, and now the Magic Kingdom game. I mean, it's a fun game to play. It's a cool game to play if you like this kind of thing. I think it's a cool game, but the big Achilles heel would have to be the Space Mountain amusement. Well, if you cannot get past that particular amusement park kind of mini game, then you have no chance of succeeding to beat the Adventures in the Magic Kingdom on the NES. I'm just saying. I mean, because like I said, I have played this game growing up. I played it. I mean, I thought it was a cool game, but the Space Mountain is what drives me insane. It's kind of like your Battletoads difficulty of the space. So if I had to weight the difficulty of the Space Mountain between, oh my god, it's so easy, why is it not that hard, to Battletoads Turbo Tunnel, can you beat the Turbo Tunnel difficulty? I'm gonna say right now, on my weighting scale, it would have to be Turbo Tunnel difficulty. That's how painful it is on the Space Mountain. It's a Turbo Tunnel difficulty, just like you did on Battletoads on the NES. So, there you go.
By conversations, your PBS station from years like you. Thank you.
So, Luke, do you agree with me on that?
Yes. As I'm being silly in this spoon, as you saw on Vlog today, because as you saw, yeah, I agree with Brian what you said earlier. This game is getting ridiculous, and the hard difficulty. But what you saw and what you said earlier in the hard difficulty, I was just playing with that spoon, and I was like, oh my god, I was so silly, and I was like doing this.
Well, if you guys want to see it for yourself, I'll have a video, or not a video, but But there'll be available. There'll be a video available to you guys, and you can check out how painful that Space Mountain is in that particular game.
What was that?
I don't know. I don't hear anything, Luke.
Yeah, I heard that Nintendo noise.
Nah, I don't know, but you know, guys, that's just what I'm gonna have to say. So, I'm sorry, but those are the two games I really don't want to see in the collection if Capcom decides to do it, because we have the Disney Afternoon Collection on the PS4 and Xbox, and I think it's awesome to play these classic Capcom Disney games, with the exception of Darkwing Duck being on now.
Yeah.
Cause I have that game, I played it, and it's a cool game, but it's just a frustrating game. I mean, the game's not broken. It's just so frustrating to play it. And yes, I like the TV show too, because I've seen it. Part of the Disney Afternoons, growing up in the '90s. So, and that Mighty Ducks, I've seen that too.
Yeah, still.
The cartoon one, because I rented it in my hometown. I rented it on the VHS form when I was growing up in the '90s, and I rented it, and I thought it was really cool. I mean, I like the Mighty Ducks, the animated cartoon. And when are they going to release it on DVD? I don't know. When are they going to release it on iTunes and Amazon Video? I don't know. Is it going to be available on this Disney Play service? I don't know. You know, the reason why I say I don't know, guys, because I don't think Disney's gonna bring, re-release these timeless afternoon these Disney afternoon masterpieces to DVD. I mean, I don't know. Crack Pack. I mean, yeah, it's on DVD, but sadly not in the complete series. And this is what I complain too. Sid and Duts, that cartoon turns 15 this year. 15th anniversary. It came out in 2003, and it's by Universal. And why in God's name is this show not on Universal Kids? Because it is by Universal Television.
Right here on
and now NBC Universal Television. So how come they have not? So I don't know why they're not gonna bring. Okay, Universal. This is what I would want. I want the complete series of I was gonna say DuckTales, but that's Disney. I would want Sid and Ducks, the complete series on DVD, and bring back the show from Cartoon Network days. Bring it to Universal Kids. I would sit down on my tushy and watch it because I like this show. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And if you think I'm kidding, I'm not. I'm telling you guys, I am not kidding. Yeah.
It's awesome, like say
Yeah. So anyway, if you have to cheat a little bit in Adventures in the Magic Kingdom, just do the infinite energy, and that particular amusement park, and then that way, when you get past the Space Mountain, then you can play the 5 stages and not have to cheat.
Great.
So if that's what I'm gonna have to say this about the Space Mountain, trying to get past the level or the amusement, then just cheat a little bit, get through the game, and then that way turn off the cheat and enjoy the game throughout. Because this is I'm telling you, this is like Turbo Tunnel of difficulty.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is. It's a Turbo Tunnel difficulty.
That is bad.
I mean, so that's just how it is. So Adventures in the Magic Kingdom came out in 1990 and June of '90 by Capcom. And is this a game that I could recommend to people who like Capcom Disney games? Nah, I don't know. Unless if you really like the Magic Kingdom and like to go on amusements, then yeah, you might like it. But if that one particular amusement's gonna get in your way and you can't complete the game unless you complete that level, then this is a game I would say pass, because play Chip and Dale, because that game's easy to play, pick up and play, and you have fun. Trust me, you have fun with it. DuckTales from '89, play that, because that game has some of the best sound music you can get in any video game, the best soundtrack in any video game. And that's a game that you can pick up and play, and it's a short game, and it is tons and tons of fun 29 years later. And in fact, DuckTales, the '89 game on the NES, that's going to be turning 30 years in 2019. The original DuckTales game on the NES, 1989.
Yay!
So that game is a timeless classic. And also, what turns 30 this year, I forgot to mention, Hudson Soft's Adventure Island, the very first Adventure Island game, is 30 as well. Even though it came out in 1987, it's actually 1988 in North America.
By the way, guys, go shut up.
So that's just how it goes. Sitting ducks. Okay, so I know, guys, we're getting sidetracked, so we'll go over the Nintendo Direct news and stuff, or what they announced. So hang in there, folks. So they made 52 episodes of 52 segments of Sid and Duts. And this used to have been on Netflix until they got rid of it.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm upset.
You're upset, yeah.
So according to this, we have nothing about Sid and Duts. Yeah, see, NBC. I'm telling you, Luke, it's a possibility. They could bring Sid and Duts to Universal Kids. They could bring this show to Universal Kids. They could do it. You know, because like I said, Dinosaurs is coming in 2019, and in March, and I'm super stoked about it.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, where's the new adventures of what's that one show? Oh, Woody Woodpecker. Where's that from the 90s?
Yeah, I thought it was New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh for some reason, but whatever.
I mean, where's the new Woody Woodpecker show from '96? Where's that?
Where is that?
And they lied to us.
And where is... I can't remember what show.
Let's see. So what do they... Oh, crap. So what do they got for the future programming? Okay. Well, actually, what do they got for current? Okay. Land Before Time, The Deep.
Yeah, we'll be doing that. Yeah, I know. Let me check Universal Kids shows and see.
So what did they acquire? They acquired Dino Trots, Trolls, The Beat Goes On. I don't see Woody Woodpecker on here. It's supposed to be on now.
Holy crap!
And no Sid and Duts. It's not on now.
No Sid and Duts way out one day. Oh, where the hell they fall away. I'm always joking with you guys.
No, I know.
But and Beat the Quag's on there too?
Do what?
Beat the Quag is a game show.
Yep, it's a game show.
1950.
Mm-hmm.
On CBS, but then they brought it back on Universal Kids?
Apparently.
Yeah. They decided to bring back to Beat the Quag as a kids game.
I don't know, bud. I don't know. Anyway, so I know, guys, we're getting sidetracked a little bit. So it is 5:05. So let's go over these quickly, and then we'll move on to the next topic. So new
show.
Do what?
Charlie and Lola on Universal Kids.
Oh.
It was on Playhouse Disney originally, and it's boring.
Ah.
It's on Universal Kids. Seriously?
Oh. Apparently.
Oh,
So anyway, back on track. Sorry about that, guys. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe has been announced.
okay.
From last night. I thought Super Mario Maker DX was gonna come, and no, it's not coming. I don't know if they're ever gonna come out with Super Mario Maker DX. But instead, we're getting new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. I'm still happy about it because I want to sit down and play new Super Mario Bros. U again. Because that game was great. I mean, I don't have the game anymore because the game doesn't play. That's why I didn't like the Wii U, because the games wouldn't play. I mean, that's why I didn't. I mean, that's why I had to throw away the game, and I had to throw away Super Mario 3D World, and that wasn't fun. I'm telling you, it wasn't fun to throw away those Wii U games and throw it in the trash because my Wii U wouldn't be able to read the games anymore, and that really stings. But yeah, so anyway, new Super Mario Bros. U gets the deluxe treatment, new playable characters and all that fun stuff. I'm very excited for this. Luke, are you excited for new Super Mario Bros. U?
I am very excited about the show, yeah.
And Chris Kennedy has tagged me in a post.
On what?
Oh. He says, I'm the co-host of this game show on YouTube hosted by me. Yep. And Luke Jeffers. Yep. You got it right, Chris.
Got it right, Chris.
Yep. That's Chris Kennedy, everybody, the new co-host of Take Your Pit Live. He made his debut in episode 101 as the new co-host. And by the way, guys, just a reminder, Luke will be available on episodes 103 and 104. Is that correct?
That's correct, because I won't be around for April 105 or 106. I can't remember. Because I gotta get busy on some other transitions. Like, for example, let's just say I am gonna be extremely busy with travel throughout October and November. Let's just say that, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, the game will be available on January 11th, 2019. That's when new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe will be on the Nintendo Switch on January 2019. Next up, this is a game that's going to be a first for Nintendo Switch, and that is Katamari Damacy Wii Roll. Now, to tell you guys the truth, I have never played Katamari. I've heard of the game, I've seen the gameplay, and I think it's a cool game. I think this would be a cool game for Luke and everybody who likes Katamari. I think this is a cool game. I want to give it a shot and stream it live on Game On Live, that sort of thing. So, Luke, you excited about that? Katamari Damacy Wii Roll?
I'm very excited about that, yes.
Because you have a Nintendo Switch, Luke, because you are a proud owner of the Nintendo Switch since your birthday thing on June the 30th. Well, June 28th, actually. But we did it. But you have birthday presents on the 30th.
I have birthday presents on the 30th. Yes, that's correct. Because not only I have invited Kyla over that day, but Kyla wasn't there on the 28th because I heard her feelings that fall on the 17th, which is Father's Day.
Yeah.
However, because about what happened in my life, what happened in my personal life, and sadly to say, this is not going to happen to us anymore. And reason being, because I want to get back in the track, and what happens next between Kyle and Taylor, because that's the husband-wife thing. And now, with the shutdown recovery, that's just what happens now. I just want to get back in the track for getting back in the thing that's going to happen in December called 25 Days of Christmas. That's going to happen in December with hosted by Owen Nelson. Owen, if you're watching this, it's for you. But, however, I got to get prepared for taping live episodes and vlog episodes the following days. I'm not doing 25 Days of Christmas that following days ahead, you know? If Owen's watching this, you know?
Alright, so as far as the new Katamari reroll, that would be out. Well, I do believe it's going to be coming to PS4 as well.
Yeah.
So Katamari Damacy is coming to Nintendo Switch. It's going to be a remastered of the beloved original game that was first released on the PlayStation 2. So, that's cool, yeah. And, okay, so there's going to be a physical copy of the game. So it's going to be on the eShop on the 30th of November. And it'll be out for physical edition on December 7th. So the eShop version is going to be out on the 30th, and a physical release will be on December the 7th. So the other stuff that they announced was this huge thing, the Nintendo Switch Online. So that's going to be beginning on September 18th. So what is Nintendo Switch Online? It is a new online service by Nintendo where you pay a monthly fee or a yearly fee. You get to play games with other Nintendo folks online, and for the first time ever, you get to play old school classic NES games on the Nintendo Switch Online, which I think is awesome, and all that cool stuff. Be able to save your game data in the cloud. Which is really, really cool. And they're gonna have a all new Nintendo Switch Online mobile app that you can put on mobile devices like Android and iOS. So you'll be able to chat with friends as you play the games, and this is gonna be fun. Now there is one thing you gotta be careful when you use the Nintendo Switch Online's voice chat. If you use the voice chat, Nintendo strongly encourages you to not use foul language when you do this, alright? Because if you use foul language, then Nintendo may probably suspend you or ban you. So keep that in mind. You know, this is what, like on Skype, where Microsoft doesn't allow any of that stuff. So if you use foul language at all when you do a voice chat on this Nintendo service thing, then consider yourself going bye-bye, either suspended for a couple of months to even for good, meaning that you'll not be able to use it again. So be careful what you say, alright? Use your words wisely and don't use profanity when you do that sort of thing on Nintendo Switch, because I know Nintendo doesn't like that and nobody else. Yeah, so, like I said, keep it clean, and don't use any bad words, okay? Because that's a no-no. So don't use swear words, because otherwise Nintendo will get you for it. So, be sure to be careful about that. Okay, so next up on the Nintendo Direct, they talked about tabletop gaming coming to Switch, so they talked about that. They talked about, we're getting a new Yoshi game that's coming out. So excited! So I'm very excited for the new Yoshi game. It's called Yoshi's Crafted World, and that's coming out, I believe, in 2019. Oh, excuse me, and that game's coming out in 2019. Excuse me. Yeah, I know. So that'll be out in 2019. What day precisely? I gotta look it up.
Yeah.
If this wants to load, I know. That's just like almost me saying spoon. But yeah. Alright, available spring 2019 for Yoshi's Crafted World. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, Build Your Greatest Empire on Nintendo Switch, which is Sid Meier's Civilization 6. So Civilization's coming to Nintendo Switch for the first time ever. I'm not a big player of Civilization or any games like that, so this is not up my alley. But what is up my alley is Playtime is Over in Starlink Battle for Atlas. Now, apparently this game's coming out on PS4 and Xbox One, but I think only the Nintendo Switch version, you're going to have Fox McCloud, you're going to have Falco, Toad, and what's that other one? Peppy or something like that. I don't remember, but you get to play as the Star Fox team. Only on the Switch version that you get to play those characters. So Fox, oh crap, my phone dropped. Yeah, my phone dropped. Falco, Fox, Peppy, I think that's his name, and Toad. So that will be coming out, I think, in October or November, but I could be wrong. God, can I please pick up the phone? I got Butterfingers.
God.
Yeah, I mean, I got Butterfingers today. I don't know what's going on. I got Butterfingers. I keep dropping the phone, people. Come on now. It's because I got Butterfingers, okay? Come on now, for crying out loud. Alright. It's because I got Butterfingers and I can't hold on to stuff.
Oh,
it's just, I just keep dropping my phone and it's gonna cost me $500 because I keep dropping this phone. I need an Apple Care Plus Pro.
God help me.
And they need to treat me right, otherwise I'm not gonna go to Apple iPhone anymore. Okay, I think this phone's not responding to me.
Oh, God.
So I think I gotta restart my phone because the phone has frozen up on me.
Yeah.
So we got that. We got 2 more RPGs on Nintendo Switch. So now, guys, I'm gonna have to restart the phone and I'll go over the more Nintendo Direct stuff, and then we need to go over some other stuff too.
Yeah, we need to go over the stuff though. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know, right? I know, it's these greasy fingers, I'm telling you, Butterfingers. And no, guys, there's not going to be Alexa today, so no Alexa today. We're giving her a break for today's episode of Vlog Weekly.
Yeah.
And Vloggy Weekly, I don't know. But anyway.
Yeah, and then you'll be like, oh, God.
No, I know, right?
Oh, God, help me.
Okay, so now that my Android is booting up because it falls on me, I'm going to open up Microsoft Edge and we will continue. Now, as far as when the Starlink game is coming out, that is a good question. I'm going to say September or October. I could be wrong about that, but I'm going to look it up as soon as it loads.
Oh. Oh,
alright, so let me type in Starlink and see when this fabulous game is coming out by Ubisoft.
Yeah, by Ubisoft.
So let's see, Starlink.
Yeah, still.
Battle for Atlas. So again, only the Nintendo Switch version is gonna have, I believe, has the Star Fox characters that you know and love since 1993. In fact, Star Fox turns 25 this year. I did not know about that. So that's awesome. So happy 25th to Star Fox.
I don't know why I keep lying because he kept saying things and in a sense like, oh, God.
Yeah. So the game's gonna be out on October 16th. It's gonna be on PS4 and Xbox One, and again, only the Nintendo Switch version, I believe, will have Star Fox characters. So that is Starlink Battle for Atlas. And we got that drop C moment out of your head. Hashtag, oops, I dropped my phone. Let's now go over to other games, and that is 2 more great RPGs on Nintendo Switch this fall. With what's it called? Oh, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And it is, okay, so I gotta look at the name of the game. Oh, the word ends with you. Final remix in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torna, the Golden Country. So we're getting The Word Ends With You. That was a DS game that came out in 2006, 2005-ish. Now we're gonna get that on Nintendo Switch.
Oh God, help me!
And I think I'm gonna give Luke a heart attack by the time this episode's over with. So let's see. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna is gonna be out September 21st. And the expansion pass will be available on the 14th, which is actually today. So it's available today. So that's Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and The Word Ends With You. Lots of Nintendo Switch stuff coming in 2018. NBA 2K19. NBA 2K... 2K Playground, whatever the name of that game is. There's a crap ton that's coming out on Nintendo Switch. I'm telling you guys, it's a great year to have a Nintendo Switch. Oh, and they also announced a Nintendo Switch Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Switch Bundle, which gives you the Nintendo Switch itself, 32 gigabytes, a full version download, a digital copy, not the physical copy, which I'm upset about, of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And that'll be out on November 2nd, and the game will be out on December the 7th. I know you like that, did you, Luke?
Yeah, the whole
that was funny.
Oh, when you said not a physical copy because I don't want you to download me. That's joke.
Well, I'm upset because we're not getting a physical copy of the game in a bundle. So for some reason, they're going to have the digital online where they want you to buy the game, download the game on the eShop instead of buying the game physically, and then you have to go out to Walmart or GameStop and spend $60 on the game, bring it home, and there you go. So that right there will cost you $400+. So I don't know, but anyway. So the games they're gonna come out on the Nintendo Switch. So they're gonna, let's see what they have for that. Okay, so lots of games coming to Nintendo Switch in 2018. So we have games like Digital Extremes by Warframe. That's gonna be available on November 20th. Just Dance 2019 by Ubisoft coming out on October 23rd. Not for me, but for you, Luke. FIFA 19 by EA, September 28th. For all you FIFA fans out there. Team Sonic Racing. I am pumped for this game by Sega. Sonic Mania Plus is an awesome game. If you guys don't have it, shame on you. You need to get it. NBA 2K19 available now on the Switch by 2K. NBA 2K Playgrounds 2 by 2K. That's going to be a cool arcade fun. That's going to be a lot of fun. I think this would be a game for Billy Moody, even though he's not on. Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment's Lego DC Supervillains, October 16th. I know you're excited about that, Luke. The other one, oh, okay, and that's it. So that's the name of the games for those particular games. And, oh my goodness gracious, great balls of fire. A lot of Final Fantasy games are coming to Nintendo Switch. And I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. 3 of these games are going to be for the first time ever on Nintendo Switch. First time ever. Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy IX, and Final Fantasy X, X-2 are coming to Nintendo Switch for the very first time ever since those games came out originally on PlayStation and PlayStation 2. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered. That's coming to Nintendo Switch. That's a GameCube game. I have not played it, but I can't wait to play it when it comes out on the Switch. So Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles is coming to Nintendo Switch as a remastered. Holla holla. Okay. I know you got a kick out of that, Luke. Okay.
Yeah, I kicked out of that. Yeah.
I know, guys. I can't keep Luke stop laughing. I mean, he's just laughing over there. So that's available in 2019. Crystal Chronicles. Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition HD. That's another game that they announced. So they announced a lot of things in this 36-minute. Oh, and it's available today. It's available yesterday. So again, they announced a lot of good stuff. Word of Final Fantasy Maxima. This is going to be the first game since the one that was on PlayStation 4. I have not played Word of Final Fantasy. I want to play it. It looks kind of cool. I like Final Fantasy, as you guys know. So when is that going to be out? Let me see. November 6th is the Word of Final Fantasy Maxima. Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon, Everybody with a U. Not everybody, buddy. So look, you're excited for Super Mario Party. I know you are.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Luke, everybody's gonna freak out. They're gonna enjoy that game. Chocobo will be out this winter.
It's winter.
Now, another game that's coming to Nintendo Switch for the first time ever, Final Fantasy XII, The Zodiac Age. Now, if you guys don't know Final Fantasy XII, that's on the PlayStation 2. I like the game. I think it's better than Final Fantasy 13. Enough said. Final Fantasy XII is a good Final Fantasy game. I like the music, I like the story, I like the characters. Final Fantasy XII is a good game. And now we're getting Final Fantasy XII on the Nintendo Switch 2019. Holla holla! And Final Fantasy VII is coming. Exactly. Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy IX, and Final Fantasy X, 10-2 is all coming your way to Nintendo Switch. Where's Final Fantasy VIII, Square? Where's Final Fantasy VIII? Because a lot of fans like Final Fantasy VIII. They need to see that too. Those games will be available in 2019. And that is Final Fantasy games coming to Nintendo Switch. Whew! Boy, I gotta take a sip after this. Holy crap.
I need to hang out with Mother after this is over.
I know, Luke. So many announcements. Okay, and the last one, like I said before, a hardware bundle for the Ultimate fan. I said it, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Nintendo Switch bundle coming out November 2nd, and it's going to be retailed for $359 US.
I want to check how long this is. This is my mail's ready.
And that, everybody, that is the Nintendo Direct news and stuff for you all. So that is the Nintendo Direct stuff from September 13th, 2018. Overall, Luke, what would you give the Nintendo Direct from last night?
Give it a 9.5 out of 10. Period.
Well, for me, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10, and on average, it's gonna get a solid between an A to B minus. So A to B minus. I like the Nintendo Switch Online. That's cool. The Yoshi game looks awesome. The Starlink one looks really cool, especially Star Fox and all of them. We're gonna be doing a barrel roll with that game.
Yay!
I'm most excited about Final Fantasy 9, 10, and Final Fantasy 12 on Nintendo Switch. Yes, I'm so excited about it. So, and Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, sign me up. But I still want, but the game that I really want on the Switch is Super Mario Maker DX. Where is that game, Nintendo? I want Super Mario Maker Deluxe. How hard is it?
Excuse me.
How hard is it to get Super Mario Maker DX? Where is the Super Mario Maker Deluxe? So there you go.
Right.
So where's that game, Nintendo? Where is it? Because you released it on the 3DS with Super Mario Maker 3DS. But where's Super Mario Maker for the Nintendo Switch? Come on, Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia.
Hang on now. Get it right now.
No, I know. Football is back. No thanks. Football is back. No thanks. And it's 5:30, Luke. Holy crap! So we're doing good, Luke. We're doing a really good. This is a really good show today. I think I'm having a blast with this episode today.
Yeah, much better than Fridays Blue Jays 285 episode 212 because
I feel really bad for you, Luke. I really do.
Yeah, I may have to do a rank video after my unboxing video is over, probably because something's wrong with my fans / trolls, and that's why I have to do a rank video on them.
I thought they were your friends, Luke.
I thought so.
But I guess you learned that the hard way. But you know, I know this was a painful decision, Luke, when I had to leave the chat because I felt like it was getting crowded because there was a lot of stuff going on, and I don't really think, Luke. I don't think they're the fan. I don't think they are your fans of the show. I think they're just there to just do whatever they want, I guess.
I just want to do a rant video on them sometime tonight after the show's over, and my unboxing video on my main channel. And after this is over, I gotta do my things to do for my 1,400 video on my main channel.
Yeah, because for me, I'm gonna be in the hot seat. I'm gonna be in the hot seat and drive my little butt to Weir One Studios tonight for something huge that I can't talk about on this episode of Vlog Weekly or any other episode of Vlog Weekly because that's a big fat no-no. Yeah. So again, guys. This is an incredible episode of Vlog Weekly, and I have not eaten yet, by the way, so for those of you who are wondering, I haven't eaten yet. But anyway. So, overall, I'm enjoying this episode, so I hope you guys are enjoying the episode too, as much as me and Luke are, because, again, I really wanted your show, Luke, to succeed, but, again, it's just problems with the chat.
Yeah, the problems with my chat. Well, ever since back in 2000 and ever since the past summer, they wished me a happy 21st birthday, and now things became worse.
Yeah.
Sorry, here's Snoopy in the background. Just a stepdad stepping on Snoopy or something. But yeah, things became worse earlier 2 weeks ago.
Well, I do thank you for liking the pictures and stuff I uploaded on Instagram, the Weir One logos and stuff, especially the one we're using now and the one that we're going to use for 2019. I still think my favorite logo for Weir One, in my personal opinion, would be the one from 2018 where we use the Nexa font, and that to me is my favorite Weir One logo, period, of all time.
Yeah. Because I'm getting tired, and I just feel like, oh my god, I'm gonna do 2 more videos, and then I'll be doing these 2 shows. I'll be doing and I'll be done with this for the night and spending time with my mom.
Yeah.
And I'll be doing something for my 1,400 video on my main channel tomorrow. I don't know when exactly, but don't expect me to do my 1,400 video coming up. But then again, I'll still have to watch Chill with Alex, his flagship, Alex Plaza's flagship stream that's coming out on sometime around this week, sometime around tomorrow, which is, by the way, no Mega Spin tomorrow, which, by the way, that will happen.
And for those of you who were wondering what happened on episode 90, we had a cameo appearance by our good friend Mitchell Hill.
Yeah.
And that was very nice of him to stop by and helping out, ending the show. And yeah, so I know the ending was so, but hey, I thought having Mitchell at the last second, I think it put the nice finishing touches on what was a great episode of Lord Weekly.
Episode.
Yeah,
He just made.
it just he scared the heck out of us.
He just scared the hey out of us. Yeah.
Yeah, so he just scared the heck out of us.
He just called. He just. Well, oh my God. What happened? I didn't say anything until Mitchell joined us. I'm like, what happened here? I'm like, Branden, you there? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, well. The reason that happened, Luke, is because I have a setting on Skype where it automatically answers the call, and that's why I forgot to turn that off. That way, instead of putting you on hold, rather than that. So that's why if I turn it off, then that means I can add a person to the call, and then we won't have the putting you on hold kind of thing.
That was a good section for making that cameo appearance in that video.
Yep, at the very end.
Actually. And what happened here? Because episode 68 was a terrible part. Because I know it's the best episode ever. Not only because I got a circuit breaker, but also this Christmas tree thing. And now that was the last time Mitchell Hill got cameo this appearance.
Yeah. So anyway, the cartoon news side of things, and yes, guys, I have posted a new character of the week on Tumblr that is live. If you want to see it, it's live. I'll have it in the description, or again on the Vlog Weekly thing, and I'll let you guys know. But like I said, our new character of the week is posted right now on Tumblr. Sonic Mania Adventures was one of the biggest surprises to come from Sega recently, and the response to it was even more incredible. The series of shorts delighted fans and critics alike. Well, it seems Sega is not done yet. In-house Sega Animation, Sonic Mania Adventures production manager revealed on Instagram that a new animated Sonic series is in development. Gotta go fast, gotta make it last. Finally swung around at the Sega offices as we're working on another fun series with the Blue Hedgehog. Y'all are gonna love it. Read the post, and I can't wait. Sign me up. No details were given, but if you look at the tabs, a certain pink hedgehog is listed along with the usual boys. Oh, let me guess. Is it Amy Woes? She is so hot. Okay. Oh, it's true, bud. It's true. Amy Woes, Sonic's girlfriend. She is hot. Anyway.
Like this?
Yeah. So we'll keep you updated on more of this as we get it. Okay, so here's an update. It appears the original copy of the Instagram post was edited so that any mention of another fun series has been removed. You can see a screen grab of the original post. So I am excited for this new animated series. I think Sonic Boom was a critical failure for Sega for the TV show because sadly, guys, Sonic Boom has ended after 2 seasons. So it got canceled after 2 seasons of Sonic Boom.
Excuse me, I just farted.
First it was on Cartoon Network, and then it was on Boomerang. New episodes on Boomerang, and guess what? Sonic Boom was canceled after 2 seasons. And now you can see it on Hulu. Only on Hulu.
Yeah.
So that is it on that. So that's it on that. Yeah. So, anywho's, I think that's all I have for the news and stuff. of Vlog Weekly number 91. I just want to double check before we move on, because you're not quite sure what they're gonna announce. Amazon scenes for Doorway Me. YouTube Kids rollout section for tweens. Okay, Luke, I don't know if this is a cartoon or whatnot, but we're gonna talk about it anyway. I know you're gonna be happy about this. Nickelodeon finds new Blue's Clues host. Blue Clues and You will head into production this month with a new host that's fresh off Broadway, and you probably know who this new host is, Luke.
I know it,
Do you know what it is?
I know it, Josh.
Yeah, Joshua Dela Cruz. He's going to be the new host of Blue's Clues and You.
Yeah, so excited. Earlier this year, I got a call from my dad. I told him, guess what's coming out on, guess what we're going to revive? Blue's Clues, Blue's Clues. And he said, no. I said, yes.
I love when he does that.
My dad called, and yes, when I got this phone call from my dad, yeah, he's told me, did it cancel? And I'm like, how long did it cancel? Like, since 2006. I can't remember, but that's what I told my dad, you know?
And for what I can tell, Luke, this is going to be on Nick Jr. the channel. Not Nick Jr. on Nickelodeon.
Yeah,
my Forks Drive, people, so you have to bear with me. Yeah, so you excited about Blue's Clues and You?
Yes, I am excited about Blue's Clues and You. So is my friends Jenny, Adam, Matt, Ghosty, Bob, DJ Bob, and so many other fans who are Blue's Clues fans out there.
So Blue's Clues and You, which will be headlined by Joshua Dela Cruz, heading into production in Toronto, Canada this month. The new 20-episode series follows along as Dela Cruz and his beloved animated puppy go on adventures to try to solve puzzles daily. So, original host Steve Burns helped find Dela Cruz, who previously was the part of the Disney's Broadway show Aladdin. Okay.
I haven't seen the Broadway show Aladdin, but I've seen bits and pieces of the movie featuring the late Robert Williams, which is what we do nowadays.
So look, are you excited about Blue, the character itself being CGI animated?
Yeah, I am.
I think it's gonna look good, and here's what I'm gonna say. I think the CGI animated Blue, I think he's gonna look better than what he was when the show first came out, the old school Blue's Clues. And here's why. I think the CGI animation is going to be spot on for Blue, the character. Because CGI is awesome when it, because like I said, you look at Christopher Robin, a live action, and you get the Winnie the Pooh character CGI and all. That was really, really cool. Reboot the Guardian Code, live action / CGI. CGI makes a lot of difference when it comes to these programs.
Now, when I first heard Blue's Clues, I was only 3 or 4 years old, and I got this one VHS tape of Blue's Clues. That was the time when I first discovered Blue's Clues at the time, and that's how I first watched it at the time. And I'm like, holy crap, I love it. So I figured, why the heck not watch Blue's Clues? So when I was watching another show or tape or something like that, I can't remember until Steve Burns left the show. That's how I figured, are you kidding me? Are you seriously freaking kidding me? And then Joe decided to host the show now.
Well, the reason why he left, because he did not like doing kid shows. That was the reason.
7 or 8, but then I was in shock right there. I just like to, and I point out a few years later, uh, is Steve gonna come back as a host of Blue's Clues to celebrate the 10th anniversary? And I'm like, and he's like, no. They're like, no, are you kidding me? They're doing a documentary, and instead they're doing a documentary and meet Blue's baby brother. I'm like, God, you kidding me?
I know. So created by Tracy Page Johnson, Todd Kessler, and Angelina Santamo. Blue's Clues launched in September of 1996, so that was 22 years ago.
Yeah, I was only one when this came out.
And I was I want to say 6 or 7.
7 for you, because
yeah, 7. So all of its last. Oh, by the way, well, good news, Luke. All of its last episodes are available on Noggin, the Noggin app.
Oh my god!
But you have to pay for it though monthly. But yeah, it's available on the Noggin app.
I love the Noggin app.
So
I do have all 6 seasons on the iTunes store.
So this reboot was announced earlier this year at Nickelodeon's upfront presentation, along with 800 episodes of new and returning series that represent a 20% content increase versus the 2017-18 season. Nick has been doubling down on beloved classics lately. Recently announced that they're going to bring back Rugrats for a new TV series, live-action CGI movie produced by Paramount players. And a kid caster is also rolling out the reboot, of TMNT called Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I cannot wait to see it. So that is the whole Nickelodeon thing.
I'm looking forward to the whole Nickelodeon reboot.
Yeah.
I wonder what's next. The Disney One Saturday morning reboots? I wonder why.
No, I don't know.
So I'm pretty excited about these reboots. Plus, I'm just so excited about Blue's Clues and You. So excited about Rugrats reboot because as a kid, growing up with the 90s, well, mid-90s, late 90s, early 2000s stuff, well, you would have to figure it out yourself because I was born in the mid-90s and, well, I was watching Big Comfy Couch and another show called Teletubbies and Big
Teletubbies! Uh-oh!
And there's a reboot on Nick Jr., by the way. Which is canceled, but yeah. Sesame Street, there's another show I've watched called Barney and Friends.
Can you tell me how to get the Sesame Street?
Yeah.
Barney is a dinosaur with an imagination and loves ABC. Okay.
And there's another show I've watched from Playhouse Disney at the time. There's the early Playhouse Disney days.
And coming soon to Nintendo Switch, Barney's Go Hide, Go Seek.
Come on!
A sequel to my 1990 whatever game on the Sega Genesis.
Free! Barney!
Yeah. There you go, a cameo from Barney. Booyah.
I was trying to say something and then someone decided to ruin it for me.
AB season 1, 2, 3, la 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 la. Okay, Luke, go ahead.
God help me.
Yeah, I know. Alright, go ahead and continue, Luke. Barney, that was very rude of you.
Anyway.
Would you say I love you too?
Anyway, I watched 4 shows as a kid on these channels, like PBS, and there's like Big Comfy Couch, Little Teletubbies, Sesame Street, and Barney and Friends. And there's another channel called Playhouse Disney at the time. Roly Poly was another show I've watched. There's another show I watched called Bear in the Big Blue House. PB&J Art Out of the Box was one of them because so long, farewell to you, my friend. Bye-bye. Yeah, I kind of say this along with different lyrics in this song. I'm sorry. From now on till we meet again. I don't know. it's the song from the show. I love the show as a kid, but nowadays it celebrated its 20th year this year.
Well, speaking of which, I think I hear an ice cream truck playing music outside.
Oh my god!
You know, for some reason they did it at Liberty Gardens, but they don't do it here. I mean, it's like walking down the memory lane, listening to an ice cream truck, getting ice cream, and then listen to that play school 8-bit kind of sound that you get.
Oh my, help me.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's another show I've watched. There's besides Out of the Box, Tony and Vivian. I'm so excited. I was watching the shows, these 6, 8 shows as a kid. Now when I got older, I've watched The Weekenders, Lloyd in Space, Recess, and so many other shows as a kid. But there are quite a few tuned in stuff that a year later become Toon Disney at the time. After I watched Stanley, JoJo's Circus, and so on, you know.
But thank you everybody who's tuning in on Vlog Weekly number 91. I think this is an awesome episode of today's show. So like I said, guys, each and every Friday is all new Vlog Weekly. So make sure you subscribe to Branden Plumley Television's YouTube channel, and that way you can get access and get updated on when the next Vlog Weekly, Take Your Pick Live, and all the amazing stuff that I do on YouTube for my 8th year, and all that good stuff. So again, make sure you subscribe to Branden Plumley Television YouTube channel, and that way you never miss an episode of this show, and Take Your Pick Live, and Word Bank, and all that fun stuff coming your way. So again, guys, Vlog Weekly is the place it is, and it's the reason why that Vlog Weekly is the official home of Branden Plumley Television YouTube channel, and why that the show is still going strong, and I'm thinking about oh, by the way, 9 more shows left before 100. So, but yeah, guys, I'm telling you, we're doing this on the choo-choo train, and this thing is kicking up and alive. So thank you guys for tuning in to Vlog Weekly today. We're having so much fun, but we're gonna have to end it though, because I gotta do a mini review coming up, and our top 10.
Speaking of mini review and top 10, will the 100 show be aired in December? Because Thanksgiving-ish, I gotta do my vacation. I have to spend my vacation at land Thanksgiving break, you know?
Well, that would be to be determined.
Good. That's good.
I think I hear an ice cream truck outside.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I can fairly hear it in my eardrum and outside, so
No,
I can fairly hear it outside.
Oh my God, help me. Oh, and speaking of that, don't forget, double-length episode of Fridays Blue Jays Store Night 5 will be coming 2 weeks from now. You don't want to miss it.
Okay, so you heard it here, everybody, on World Weekly number 91.
Because episode 214, 215 will be coming in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Not only to include Vinnie Paul's tribute, but also to celebrate an inspiration of mine who makes films and TV shows, who has going to turn 39 this year. Dane Bow of the Annoying Orange.
Alright. So like I said, guys, be on the lookout for an all-new episode of Take Your Pick Live, episode 102, with me, the host, Luke Jeffers, the announcer, and Chris Kennedy, the co-host, and Billy Moody, whenever Mr. Bucket decides to, whenever Mr. Bucket lets Billy Moody free from his dirty, nasty womb, and I'm not gonna say what it is because it's too hot for this episode of the show, and I want to keep it family friendly. But all I'm saying is, if Billy Moody ever gets rescued and from Mr. Bucket, then he'll be on Take a Pit Live on Branden Plumley Television. So I think that's why we haven't seen Billy Moody, because besides the games that he goes to, in Florida, but I think Mr. Bucket has put a duct tape on him and tie his legs with the ropes, and yeah, so Mr. Bucket, shame on you.
Oh my God! What are you doing, Mr. Bucket?
Yeah, I know. So.
You like Mr. Barney for some reason. Oh my God, help me!
Hey, I'm Mr. Bucket!
Oh God.
So, there you go on that. So, no discussion for today's episode.
Thank you.
So, no discussion for today's episode, but that's okay, because we're having fun with the show. So, anyway, guys, I think that's all the news we have. So, no discussion. So let's do a mini review, if you will, of the movie that I watched on Netflix. It came on Netflix on September the 7th, and it's now available for streaming only on Netflix. And today I want to talk about the movie Next Gen. This is from 2018, and I gotta say this, folks. This movie is freaking amazing. Why do I like the movie so much? Well, because at first I thought I was going to hate the movie because it was going to be too similar to Big Hero 6. But in such a reality, it actually works. And the whole Warbot to main character kind of thing really, really works with this movie. So there you go on the upfront of that particular review. So yeah, so overall I gotta say this movie is awesome. I'm not gonna spoil it in any way in case you guys haven't watched it. But I will say this: I will let you know that final battle of that Warbot, I think is 7/7/23, and the big one, the big Warbot. I think that is gonna go down as the most epic Warbot boss fights that I have seen in any movie ever since Big Hero 6. Big Hero 6 has some of that too, but nothing comes close to... now, like I said, I love Big Hero 6. It's one of my favorites, but nothing will come close to the intense battle that you get on Next Gen. It was intense. I mean, I thought that the robot was going to get destroyed to smithereens, but until the last second, he had to save his friend, and, Mia or May, her name is May, and her mother, of course, from the evil Justin. And so if you guys don't know what Next Gen is, it's a Chinese-American computer-animated science fiction action comedy drama film. And directed by Kevin Adams, and it tells the story of May, a lonely teenage girl living in a world where sentient robots are commonplace, who, after a chance encounters with a top-secret robot known as Project 7723, and most form unlikely friendship to put an end on a vicious threat. So, again, this movie was really, really, really good. And I know I said to you guys I wasn't going to do any movie reviews or cartoon reviews and stuff. Well, Friday is still coming, so I might as well do a mini review, if you will, so I can give you guys my take of the film. I just gotta say the movie was spectacular. I think it was a really good movie. The story is well written. The animation was really, really good. I think it was spot on. My favorite character in the Next Gen would be Project 7723, which May gets introduced doing this little fail thing. Now again, I won't get into the detail of the movie so I don't spoil it. Beep, 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 beep. But anyway.
Oh my God.
So that robot...
Yeah. My background or your background?
My background. But anyway, so that robot, oh my God, he is cute, but he is an awesome character. Because midway through the movie, he protects May, and then when the mom gets captured by Justin and the scientist and all, it's up to May and 7723 to put a stop on this vicious little fight and all that stuff, and that's when things really do. I'm telling you, dog barking downstairs. Shut up, dog. So. Yeah. So overall, folks, I gotta say this right now. This is the best Netflix animated cartoon movie I have seen. If you don't have Netflix subscription, what are you waiting for? Get a Netflix gift card and see this stinking movie, because it is an awesome movie. So the pros, great animation from top to bottom, from the start to the finish. Project 7723 is cute, but also an enjoyable character who really knows that human heart inside of a robot, knows that he wants to care for May and wants to protect her, and he'll always be there with you to the very end, and that's what's great about the movie. So that's awesome. So Project 7723 is just stinkingly cool. And I think that's all I can say. Oh, and probably that final robot fight between 7723 and the big one, controlled by Justin, is freakingly awesome. It is so cool, and that's like my favorite. It is my favorite boss battle. It has to be up there with the most epicness boss battle to date. Now, as far as the cons are concerned, if I had to choose one, why is the dog using profanity, even though they bleep it out like 69 billion times in this movie, or 69 million times, or whatever? Why does the dog? I forgot what that dog name is. Why did that little tiny dog had to use profanity? And now the mom had to use profanity in the movie. So it's like the dog used profanity, and now the mom used profanity. And I'm like, okay, what am I watching? Why do they bleep out profanity words in a PG rated? This is supposed to be PG. It's not supposed to have profanity or anything like that. It's not supposed to have that. And I'm like, wow, why am I hearing a dog using profanity? Why am I listening to May's mother using profanity? I'm like, is this a PG-13 all movie? Well, no. No, it's not, because obviously they wouldn't allow that in an all-rated movie. But yeah, just the cussing itself. So, I mean, they do bleep it out, but why have the cuss words? I mean, why have profanity and then bleep it out? I mean, it makes no sense. It is rated PG, so it's not for kids. It's rated PG. And it does have violence, and I want to say it has language in it, but they do bleep it out because it is rated PG. So I don't know whose idea it was to have that in the movie, but overall, that's my only nitpick. So overall, my final grade, between an A+ to an F, I would give Next Gen, a Netflix original film, a solid A+. It is an awesome movie. You need to check it out. A+. Next Gen, go see it. If you have a Netflix subscription, then see it. If you want to get a Netflix gift card, get that and watch this movie. I highly recommend you check it out. So my next mini review that I'm going to be doing for episode 92, I'm going to do a mini review of a cartoon that I absolutely love so much. It's a preschool show of 2018, and yes, I know I'm too old to watch preschool, but you guys need to shut your mouths because I don't need to hear it from you. So my next mini review for episode 92 of Vlog Weekly, it's going to be a Netflix original, Treehouse Detectives. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, this is the best, and I mean the best preschool show on Netflix to date, and it's in my top 3 preschool shows of all time. And I'll give you a spoiler: the animation is spot on. The characters, they're freaking incredible. I love them. I love the characters, especially Terry and Toby, both of them. I mean, they're really, really cool. So be on the lookout for that in a mini review of Treehouse Detectives next week on Vlog Weekly, right here on Branden Plumley Television. And that's my mini review of Next Gen.
Right here on Tube Disney.
So Luke, what do you think of my my mini review?
It was awesome. Expect that there's something else going in my background. But it's a package here. We're gonna do a box video coming up next, followed by a rant video on my main channel.
Well, I'm glad you liked the mini review, Luke. You see, Luke, this is why I get serious about watching movies, giving my own thoughts and opinions, and give it a grading and give it my pros and cons. Alright? None of this BS stuff. Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm the most realist person you ever see in a movie review. Now, if you enjoy what I do, then you need to check out the other dude, and his name is Mr. Garrison, and he does a show every Sunday night, I believe at 5 o'clock or so, and you don't need to miss it, guys, because it is the funniest, entertaining show you can ever see on YouTube, and that is Flits with the Dits.
And guys, Sunday, September 30th, you don't want to miss a live stream hosted by me on the Very Paul Story.
And I will say this too, Luke, before we get in our top 10. That new album by Disturbed that's coming out in October, that's being dedicated to him and Chester Bennington. So I want to clarify and let you know about that.
Yeah, that's something I can do on this live stream, on this Very Paul Story live stream hosted by me on YouTube. Coming out.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's all the topics. That's all the news we have. That's so I got done with the mini review. So do you have anything you want to go over, or do you want to go to the top 10 and wrap it up?
Top 10 because I just got 2 videos to do on my main channel with you as a guest.
All right. Okay, so we'll do the top 10 then. All right, so we're gonna switch over to top 10, but you guys are not gonna see it because again, I'm gonna keep it a secret from you. So let me go over to OBS. You guys are seeing Back to the Future. No, you're not anymore. And again, this is episode 91 of Vlog Weekly here on Branden Plumley Television. And I want to thank you all for tuning in. This has been an amazing episode. And I'm telling you guys, it is a lot of fun. And I can't wait to do it again next week for episode number 92 with Luke Jeffers. Hopefully on 93 or so, I want to bring back Chris Kennedy. Because this is going to be an epic episode of that. Oh, speaking of which, guys, before we go in the top 10, just want to say quickly, I plan on doing a second show on... I plan on doing a second show. And I plan on doing... It's not going to be on YouTube, on Branden Plumley Television. But I plan on doing a second show. And it's going to be a live stream like we do pop culture and stuff like we're doing now on Vlog Weekly. But it's going to be me, the host, and my friend Chris Kennedy, the host. And then we'll have special guest appearances to be on the show alongside with me and Chris. So we're both actually going to do a show together for the first time ever in history. So more details on that coming your way, so please stay tuned. It is going to be a fantastic show, and I'm telling you, more details on that coming soon. And hit me up on Twitter, that way you don't miss any updates about this new show that me and Chris are going to be doing. I don't know what the title of it's going to be, but it's going to be groundbreaking, and you guys are going to love it, trust me.
And I'm so excited for the new second show that's coming in November, called Creative Times. It's coming to happen on the Twitch this upcoming November.
Oh, exactly.
On not only YouTube, but also on video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alright, so I got the PowerPoint thing on. And let's go ahead and switch over. Oh, you guys don't see anything? Now you do.
Now you do! Yeah.
Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time. I'll try to say this right, folks. Alright, take 2. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for Vlog Weekly's Top 10. Yeah, Lucha decided. Okay. Oh, by the way, I forgot my Localcast audience. Where the heck is our audience? You guys are 1 minute and 69 seconds late. Where the heck are you guys? Oh, should I say an hour and 69 minutes in? Where the heck are you guys? You guys are fired. Oh my God, we didn't have a single audience on today's show. There was no yay clapping. There was no boo. There was no sad to a bone. I'm like, what's happening? Well, oh my God, my head's spinning. Okay, well, just you wait. We're gonna have a crowd coming in a minute after we get with the top 10. So let's get into our top 10. And Luke, you're gonna love this top 10 for today, because this week's top 10 for episode 91 of Loud Weekly is, that's right, the Sega consoles / products. And don't worry guys, I have something new for 92 with the all new top 10 coming next week. So let's get into the top 10. Here we go with number 10. And number 10 is the Sega Visions, which is a magazine, a competitor to Nintendo Power. I believe Sega Visions stopped issuing new magazines on September of 95.
Yeah, I was born.
So Sega Visions ended in 1995. So Chris Kennedy, if you're watching this episode of Loud Weekly, do you remember Sega Visions? Let me know. So that's Sega Visions. Alright, next, at number 9. Number 9 is, well, the one that I had growing up, though I like the Game Boy better, and that's the Sega Game Gear. I think the Sega Game Gear came out in 1991. Or 92. I want to say 91, but I could be wrong. 91 or 92. Sega Game Gear. Luke, you remember the Sega Game Gear?
I seen the Game Gear from you before, yes.
And the thing I hated about the Sega Game Gear was the battery life. The battery life was pitiful, and I mean pitiful. I hated the battery life stinks.
I think you're wrong, actually. It came out in Japanese first 90. Then in North America in April of 91. In Australia 92.
Okay, so 91. Okay. Alright. Anyway, at number 8. Number 8 is the Sega Pico. That was an educational game system. I think that came out in 1994. And it's a educational game system by Sega. I never had this system growing up, but I have heard of it, and I've heard of the games, but I have never owned it. I believe there was one game on there on the Sega Pico called, what's that game called? Richard Scarry's Busy Town, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me check Pico and see.
So that's Sega Pico at number 8. Alright, at number 7. And number 7 is the Sega 32X.
I think it first came out in Japanese first in June of 1993.
Okay.
Let me see. It is like Game World. I'll see Busy Town. Let me check Busy Town and see.
I don't know if they made Richard Scarry on the Sega Pico, but I know there's a Richard Scarry game on the Sega Genesis called Busy Town.
Let me see.
So anyway, Sega 32X.
There's no Busy Town on the Sega Pico, unfortunately. I don't see it.
Okay, so I lied, guys. Okay. Sega 32X. I never had this accessory, but I bought it used, and then my money went down to the toilet and eaten by the sharks. That's how mad I was when I bought it. I didn't care for it. I like the Sega. I like the Genesis more than the 32X. So, okay. So that's number 7. At number 6.
Oh, number 6. Yeah.
Is the Sega Saturn. Now this came out in November '94, and this system came out in 1995. I believe May of 1995.
There's only like 300 games released for it.
So Sega Saturn came out in '95.
Sega Saturn, yeah.
And I want to say May of '95 because they announced it at E3 in '95. That's when E3 was first born, by the way. And that's when Tom Kalinske came up on the stage and announced that the Sega Saturn was available now. And then everybody and the customers were so ticked off that they weren't ready to save up for the system. So what did they do? They went to the Sony PlayStation instead. And that sold like hotcakes.
It came out in November 22nd, 94 in Japanese.
Yeah.
This is stupid. Why do you have to do that? In
Yeah.
Europe in July 8th, 95.
And North America?
In Europe.
Oh, Europe? Okay.
I saw in the Wikipedia articles. I have to read this, but it's true, you know?
Yeah, so that's number 6. Number 5. Number 5 is the Sega CD. I never had this, but I have played certain stuff on Sega CD. I think the best game on the Sega CD was Sonic CD. Absolutely one of the greatest Sonic games ever made on the Sega CD. But after all that, the games were pitiful on the Sega CD. So, and this was also the system that brought us Night Trap, and that got a lot of controversy.
So, I have Wheel of Fortune for the Sega CD.
Oh yeah, that and Jeopardy, yep, on the Sega CD, which you played today on your show. So that's Sega CD. At number 4 is the one that's going to be launching, the one that's going to be 25 years in 2019, the Sega Channel. Now, I remember this. I remember using this at someone's house here in New York. I'm not going to mention names. I remember using it, and what it was an adapter that you plug into the Sega Genesis, and via Time Warner Cable. Used to have been Time Warner Cable, now it's Spectrum. That's where you could play the hottest games you can play for a monthly fee, and then you can play them as much as you want, and play them whenever you wanted. And that was a revolutionary thing back then, and now we have PlayStation Now, Xbox Game Pass, and Sega Channel. 1994 is when it came out, and we lived those memories once again with the Sega Channel. And we need to discuss this either on Game On Chronicles or on my new show with me and Christopher. So we need to go over on that, because there's a lot of history to be made about the Sega Channel name. So, Luke, you there, bud?
I'm there. I'm just getting tired.
Alright, so at number 3 is the Sega Master System, released in 1986. It was a competitor to the Nintendo Entertainment System, and the NES kicked the Master System's butt. It did have good games though, like Hang On, Astro, that Safari game that's on there that uses the zapper gun, the phaser. And it even had a really stingingly good game called Wonder. I think it's called Wonder Boy or something like that. That adventure game that's on there. I don't remember. I don't know. But that game in particular on the Sega Master System, that is like the best game on the Sega Master System. It's a really cool game, and and to be honest, I want to stream this game for you all on Game On Live. I really do. because this is a game that I really enjoy on the Sega Master System. So that's the Sega Master System. Look at number 3. And now at number 2, DOS. And this is going to be a really great number 2, because at number 2, that came out on 9/9/99 for $199, and it's one of the best game systems of all time. And it was the last console by Sega, and then they got out of the hardware business, and they bid farewell on that. And that is the Sega Dreamcast, because it's thinking. It's thinking. It's thinking. Exactly. So the Sega Dreamcast, this was a revolutionary game system. And you know what happened to the Sega Dreamcast? The PS2 kicked its butt. Because the PS2 sold 150 million units. So that's why the Sega Dreamcast was discontinued in 2001. Because of the PS2. And you know what, guys? I love the PS2. So don't be hating on PS2, okay? I love the PS2. It's one of my favorite game systems ever created by Sony. It had the games, it had the DVD support, and it brought back the fun out of the game. And that's what PS2 was all about. We had GTA 3, we had Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2, we had Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, we had Twisted Metal Black, we had Gran Turismo 3, and all of these classics. And of course, Burnout 3 Takedown. I'm not going to forget about that. So that is the Sega Dreamcast. So Luke, do you have a guess on what the number 1 is for the top 10 Sega products and all that other stuff? I'll give you a hint, Luke. It came out in my birth year, 1989.
I already said it. Sega Genesis.
Well, if you said Sega Genesis at number 1, you are indeed correct. It is the Sega Genesis from 1989. Now, why did I pick this at number 1? Well, come on, dude. I had this game system. I had the Model 2 alongside with the Super Nintendo, the NES. It had amazing games. It brought us Sonic Knuckles, Sonic 3, Columns, Super Hang-On. So many great games on the Sega Genesis. There's too many of them to go through. But the Sega Genesis is what really revolutionized the 16-bit. And it came out in my birth year, 1989. And yeah, so the Sega Genesis, one of the greatest game systems of all time by Sega. Sega Genesis will always be in all gamers' hearts as the true hardcore gaming for us gamers who love Sega games. And I was one of them. But again, not only I like the Sega Genesis, I played NES, I played Super Nintendo. End of story. I played all 3. I didn't care who won, because I played all of them. Because it didn't matter who won. I played all 3 of them, and I played it. Enough said. Enough said.
Yeah. Thank you, Bear.
So what is your favorite Genesis game?
Barney's Hide and Seek, the game shows, and so on.
For me, it would be Sonic. It would be Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Probably 2, maybe. I like 2. Don't get me wrong, 2 is fantastic. But my favorites: Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Sonic Knuckles. Easily the best Sonic game ever created.
Excuse my birthday.
As far as my favorite game show is, probably, well, that's a tough one. Wheel of Fortune, probably, for the Sega. And probably Family Feud, because it's so much fun. Although the survey don't make a lot of sense, because because they wet themselves from going. We surveyed 100 people who went to the bathroom and then peed on themselves. Top 69 answers on the board. Okay. Now, does that make sense to you guys on that game? No. So, anyway, that is your top 10 for today's episode of Vlog Weekly.
Oh, before that, that one I just tried paper and go nah, and I tried some of the surveys and they go nah. Are you Buzz Lightyear from Star Command? I don't know. That's what you said.
Yeah, it's like, are you Buzz Lightyear from Star Command? Come on, please.
God help me. Oh, sorry. I snapped there by accident. Dang it.
So before we go, peeps, I just want to have this, because we haven't had it at all in episode 91 of Vlog Weekly. So whenever we get a lose tomorrow on Take Your Pit Live, you guys are going to hear this. And whoever does something funny and out of the ordinary, someone's going to get this. Press play. Thank you. And whenever they want to leave Take Your Pit Live because this game's not doing well for them, then all I can say is, hit the wall, Jack. So there you go.
My combinations of PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you. And now prepare.
That's funny. Wop, 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 wow. That's funny. Where is my audience at? Oh my god. Where's my audience? Okay, well. Anyway, there's your womp womp for episode 91, because I can't even hear the audience that well. I'm deaf or something.
Oh, God help me.
Alright. So with that being said, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of Vlog Weekly, episode number 91. I had lots of fun, and we'll see you for episode 92, and yeah, so anyway, I'm Branden Plumley, and be kind to one another, everybody. And we'll see you for episode 92 of Vlog Weekly. And tomorrow on Facebook Live is an all new episode of Hanging with Mitch Plum. So please stay tuned for that. So that's all I gotta say, everybody. And yeah, so we'll see you all next week for that. And Luke, take it away. And let's close out episode 91, because it's been an incredible episode, and one heck of an episode of this amazing show that is Vlog Weekly.
Oh my god. The first thing is, you're welcome. And the second thing is, well folks, just a reminder, not only we got the things out of the way, and the laughter goes, whoops, oh crap. And, well, we got that out of the way. And not only that, we got so many things going on with this, going scream jokes, and we got that, and plus, I know it's hard for us to do that, but, you know, things about to change by the time this happens, but you know what, it happens, but, you know, just me. And yes, we're gonna go ahead and do an unboxing video coming up next on my main channel, as well as my rant video on what happened on episode 211 and 212 on Friday's Luke J's Store Night 5. But for now, that's all I'm gonna say. But until next time, this is Luke J's and goodbye. Peace out, baby. Excuse me. Sorry, I have to get this far out of the way. Back to Branden at Plumley Hotel.
And alright, so anyway, guys, we will see you all next week for episode 92 of Vlog Weekly. And it is now 6:30, everybody, so I'm going to get going. And yeah, so this has been a lot of fun, guys. We'll catch you next week for more Vlog Weekly. So, again, guys, be kind to one another. Yeah, this has been fun, guys. And we'll see you all next week for an all-new Vlog Weekly on Branden Plumley Television. Sawanaya and good night.